Welcome back. I want to share with you some culture and some traditions of the Egyptians. Some churches may have men sit on one side and the women sit on the other side. So when you walk into a church, just look, are the men sitting on one side and the women sitting on the other side, or are they all sitting together? And if they're all sitting together, feel free to sit how you like. When you sit among people, it's not recommended to lift your leg or even sit cross-legged. They consider that disrespectful if your shoe is lifted high in their face. No gum chewing in church. If you're in church, don't chew gum. Muslims sometimes, especially on Friday, they like to pray on the streets, in the corners of the streets. What they do is they bring out rugs on the street, and that's going to be for prayers. Usually, they have to take off their shoes to step on the rug to do their prayers. So if you see a rug on the street, try not to step on it with your shoes because they consider that like a holy ground for their prayers. If you ask an Egyptian, would you like to eat? Most likely they're going to say no. The truth is they could be hungry, but they're embarrassed to say yes. Usually the Egyptians, when they visit homes, they take a gift with them. It could be a box of candy, even 1 kilo of oranges or apples. They don't like to go into the houses with an empty-handed. As a guest in a home or in a church, they may ask you to pray. That's how they honor their guests, by asking them to pray blessing for the food, or sometimes they even ask you, can you close the service with a prayer? One thing about the Egyptians, they like to pay for the food. Keep in mind that a restaurant bill could be a half month's salary for some of these folks in Egypt. If you get in a car with Egyptian, they're gonna insist that you sit in the front, unless there's men and women situation and they don't want it to be odd, so they will put the women together in the back, or so they may arrange the seat so the seatings are not awkward. But to honor somebody, they ask them to sit in the front seat. Some women in churches, they like to put on a scarf just in the service. There are some women, they don't wear a scarf, but during communion, they like to put a scarf as they come or approach for the communion. I think this is it for the culture. I'll be sharing more in a different video.